Yahoo Sports warns the NFL and the Cleveland Browns about Shedeur Sanders. I said Yahoo Sports warns the NFL and the Cleveland Browns about Shedeur Sanders. And also, I'm going to talk about Boog, Shedeur Sanders' personal assistant, over there on Twitter, talking about Shedeur Sanders. Listen, hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. And also, support this broadcast by Super Chat and join the membership. Join the membership. Anything that you do will be highly appreciated. Let's get this show started. Let's go. Let's go.
You're going to make it, I promise. I'm telling you, you're going to make it.
Good job. Good job, buddy.
He going to make it. He going to make it, watch. He worked too hard for this. He remember when they doubted him. He remember when they doubted him.
The snap, the hold, the kick to the uprights, and Andre Schmidt hits the kick.
He remember when they doubted him. 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 I don't give a f***. You got that. Yes.
Yahoo Sports warns the NFL and also the Cleveland Browns about Shedeur Sanders. Yahoo Sports had a guest on the show, and he's a former Cleveland Browns wide receiver. His name is Andrew Hawkins. They was asking him about the Cleveland Browns coaching position that's open. Which head coach do he think will be good for the Cleveland Browns? But hear me on this. They also asked him about Shedeur Sanders. Have Shedeur Sanders done enough to be considered as the starting quarterback going into 2026? I keep wondering why people ask that question. Shedeur Sanders started 7 games. 7. He started 7 games this year. Joe Flacco started 4. Dylan Gabriel started 6. Shedeur Sanders, out of his 7 games that he started, he won 3 for them. They only won 8 games in 2 years up under the former head coach, Kevin Stefanski. So why is everybody asking that question when it comes to Shedeur Sanders? Have he done enough? Mel Kiper just told you he done enough. Why shouldn't Shedeur be considered as the #1 quarterback going into training camp of 2026? Let's listen to a former Cleveland Browns wide receiver, Andrew Hawkins, on Yahoo Sports, talking about Shedeur Sanders. Yahoo Sports.
You've got Shedeur. Do you have your starting quarterback?
I think Shedeur competes to be a starter. I think if there is a quarterback in the draft you fall in love with in the first round that you have access to get, I do not think he's done enough to pass that up. That does not mean that that's going to be the scenario. Just looking at the quarterbacks this year, you know, I haven't gone deep into my analysis bag yet, but outside of Fernando Mendoza, you know, you could probably get a steal, you know, depending on, you know, Chambliss, if he's around. Don't know if he will be. Moore has had ups and downs as well. So if you don't have a quarterback you are in love with, Shedeur could absolutely be your starter. Now, there are things Shedeur has to get better at. He has to mature. And in the NFL, it's not a matter of if he can or he can't. It's will he get the opportunity to? Because that's not how the NFL works, right? Like, you don't get, this isn't college. We're not building you up. And even now, college is not that way, but we're not giving you multiple years to figure this thing out. But the things that, in my opinion, that Shedeur brings to the table are the ones that you can't really teach. Where he has to be a little better is operationally. Being able to make that decision of when to take what's given to you versus always trying to get the play, always trying to create more time, sometimes at the detriment of your offense, at the detriment of your team, and at the detriment of your performance. You know, retreating in the pocket, aimlessly running around, only to make a bad decision by throwing across your body. But the thing of that special about him is when the moments get thick, Shedeur is at his best. You can't teach that. Shedeur does not back down from good defenses, good players. He is a risk taker. You can't teach that because the NFL is a scary place, especially for quarterbacks. They do everything they can to get the ball out of their hands as fast as they can. They do whatever is safe as possible, anything to circumvent criticism, circumvent losing your status, circumvent, people make it a definitive choice that you are not a guy. Shedeur doesn't have any of that problem. So the other piece of it is on him. The other piece of it is in his offseason training, in his film study. How much time can you put in there to get better? Because if he can do that, he absolutely can be a starting quarterback.
That's the former Cleveland Browns wide receiver, Andrew Hawkins, over there on Yahoo Sports, talking about Shedeur Sanders. I don't know why people don't want Shedeur as the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. It seems like to me, Lord have mercy, Jesus. It seems like to me that it's a scare tactic. You remember when President Obama was running for president and all these different kind of folks, they try to paint Shedeur, and don't forget, Andrew Berry is the GM who's for Shedeur. They trying to paint him too like he's the boogeyman. You remember the boogeyman? Ooh, scare tactics. All the things I'm trying to tell you, family, you have to watch and just listen closely to the question people are asking when it comes to Cleveland Browns. Why are people questioning Shedeur Sanders as a starting quarterback? Did they watch the same games that I watched? Mel Kiper said the same thing. Did y'all watch the same game that he was watching? Did you see Shedeur go out there and perform at a high level with a terrible offensive line? Huh? No wide receiver. The tight ends was injured. Running back, junkie, gone. But they always asking that question. I'm telling you, they trying to paint Shedeur as the boogeyman. And Cleveland haven't had a franchise quarterback in 30 years. Now they got one and they don't know how to act. And Boog, Shedeur Sanders, personal assistant, he finna lay it down to you in a few minutes. And I'm finna get ready to show you the tweet that he tweeted. But Andrew Berry is doing his thing. He gonna get it right for Shedeur. I promise you. I promise you Andrew Berry gonna get it right for Shedeur because he already moving in silence right now. And you see that right there on the screen? The quarterback, Bailey Zappi, was on the scout team. Andrew Berry didn't add him back to the practice squad. You know why? He done moved on from him. He just signed with the Jets. They ain't talking about that. Andrew Berry is getting his quarterback room in shape. He ain't worried about the head coach. Y'all want to worry about the head coach. Listen, Andrew Berry already know what his vision is and what his plan is. He gonna keep that DC coordinator because ain't nothing wrong with the defense. He gonna keep him. It don't matter if it's John Harbaugh or not. He gonna keep that defensive coordinator because you gotta remember the relationship that they got. Both of them came from the Philadelphia organization. He gonna keep him. And Andrew Berry drafted Shedeur Sanders. He gonna keep Shedeur. He letting them know it just ain't been reported. You just gotta read between the lines. Shedeur Sanders gonna be his starting quarterback. It is what it is. You see, when it comes to Shedeur, right there, the King James Version in Proverbs 18:16. You see what it says? A man's gift makes room for him and bring him before great men. Andrew Berry knows Shedeur is a great man, and he's a gift to the Cleveland Browns organization. And he finna bring Shedeur before great men. He gonna find him a head coach, he gonna find him an offensive coordinator, and they gonna rise to the top together. Yeah, you might miss that. Yeah, it's a spiritual walk. What Shedeur was trying to tell you. Excuse me. It's a spiritual walk. You don't want to go on that walk. Keep living. At some time in your life, you're going to be able to go on that walk. But check this out. Let's go talk about Boog. Boog, one of Shedeur Sanders' personal assistant, was over there on Twitter. And they were responding to Tony Grossi tweet that he put out, right? And this guy by the name of, let me see, can I find him? By the name of Lawyer to Saul. He said these words right here. This is exactly what T.J. Ward, the former Cleveland Brown, was talking about when it comes to the Cleveland media. He was talking about Tony Grossi. Encouraging a team to lose on purpose and expect the same team to become a winning team after drafting one player. I know Browns players look at the media and talking this way and just shake their heads. And Boog responded to him with this tweet right here. It's hard to change a losing mentality. Some people are just supposed to lose. And when you come in to change that, they will fight you to every turn. And then when you start winning, they will act like they was with you the whole time. Let me rephrase that. Boog said, and when you come in to change that mentality, they will fight you to every turn. And then when Shedeur start winning, they gonna act like they've been winning all the time. You heard it right here on Sports Talk. We'll be watching. Do me a favor. Do me a solid. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you don't mind. And don't forget, tune in to my live show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have a good time. I got one of the best, the best chat rooms on YouTube. Until then, y'all have a blessed day. Peace.
Wizard.